Hello and welcome to the New Mindset Podcast. My name is Jacob.
My name's Georgia.
I hope that you're all going well. Georgia, in the new year, how exciting.
Yeah, I know.
You're
wow.
pumped.
I'm pumped.
You're pumped.
Yes.
After a little bit of a break, we are finally back into routine. So this hopefully is going to sound all right because we got in a good flow each week doing episodes, but we've had 3 weeks off?
Yeah, massive break.
So
feels like a big break. It's probably not.
Feels like a big break.
Feels huge.
Yeah, there I am trying to find my mic position. That's how...
You got it?
No? Maybe? Yes. All right, let's kick it off with our elimination game. We have not done one in a while, and I had to hide this one from you because you came up with this episode today.
I did.
So our 10 to 1, which one of these places would you choose to live in?
Oh, okay. Yep.
Nice and basic, if you had the choice. So London or Tokyo?
Oh, God, that's difficult.
Come on.
London.
London, okay. London, Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Melbourne, Shanghai.
Melbourne.
That's racist. Melbourne, Dubai.
Dubai.
Have you seen Dubai?
No, but I've heard it's amazing.
Dubai, New York.
New York.
New York, Copenhagen.
Oh. Copenhagen's like near England. It's a European country,
Yes,
isn't it?
it is European.
City? Shivs, my geography is not good. For
Which
that
one?
reason, I will probably go, what was the
New
option?
York.
New York.
New York, Osaka.
Oh, I loved Osaka.
Yes, I know you loved Osaka.
Oh, but that one
You
wasn't...
loved Dotonbori.
Yeah, but that wasn't the Harry Potter town, was it? That was in Tokyo.
Yes, that's
Shivers.
true.
Okay, well then I'll go back to my original. New York.
New York or Vancouver?
Oh. I don't know why. Is this my last option?
No.
Okay, New York.
New York or Bali?
Maybe because it's so close to Australia.
Which one?
Bali.
Oh my God. Out of all of those, you've gone with Bali.
I know. That was like the least. No, I take it back.
No, it's locked in.
No, I take it back.
You've locked it in. I'm locking in Tokyo for me.
Shivers.
So I'm in Tokyo, you're in Bali. How
But I'm
good?
not even a beach bum. I'm not even the biggest beach bum.
That's okay. Bali has many other things. It has
No,
drinks.
I'm gonna lock in New York.
Unfortunately, we have already locked in our answers.
I'm going to do New York.
Nah, all good.
That's my lock-in.
All right, so holidays.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, it was great.
What happened? What do we get up to?
It was actually
It was
one
a
of the first
whirlwind.
holidays that I felt like I could actually switch off, which is quite opposite probably to your holiday where you worked
Yeah.
each and every day.
Yep.
But I got to be with my family. Spent a lot of time with Winnie, which was good.
Yeah.
I
Good.
love my little man.
Yeah, it was probably the first holiday you've probably had off in about 5-6 years.
Yeah, and like properly felt off.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Which
good.
was nice. You just
Yeah.
got to chill, head to the beach.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots
what was
of
your
beaching.
highlights? What's a highlight
A highlight.
over
probably,
our Christmas holiday period?
Yeah. I would say, yeah, just the beaching, to be honest. Just being like, what do we want to do today? Go to the beach.
The beaching.
Beaching.
Yes.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. And laying by the pool, smashing through one of my books. Actually, it was on my to-read list and I read it and it was great. It was, I've forgotten the name of it now. It's something about overthinking. I'll
Oh, how good.
look it up. Hold on.
It was so good, I forgot the name. What else? What was your favourite Christmas present?
Stop listening to everything that you think. That's what
That was the book?
That was the book. Really good one for me who is a chronic overthinker.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Favourite Christmas present?
Favorite Christmas present? I don't know.
Only one right answer.
The piano.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still have to get an app that downloads all of the sheet music so that I can learn. One of our friends said to just learn songs. It's one of the things this year that I really want to do. I kind of want to do something a bit more creative
One of our friends.
with my time. Yeah. my
James.
friends. Yeah.
My best man, podcast editor of the past, has been sacked due to...
Sacked?
No, I couldn't.
I
We
didn't
couldn't
sack
afford
him
it.
from
Couldn't afford his
friends.
payment, so I took the
You took on the
I took
responsibility.
on the
of editing.
responsibility.
That was a very long-winded way of saying James. He
Yes.
said to just learn songs as we go.
Yep.
But I kind of feel like I want to know how to play it properly. And I feel like if I learn how to play a song, I won't learn it properly.
Yep.
So I'm going to go back to square one and learn from some books.
Learn some music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tar.
That's rhythm.
Hey?
That's not like piano specific. That's just music and rhythm.
Oh, well.
Good job.
Only us musicians
Jacob doesn't have
know.
any kind of sense of rhythm or melody at all whatsoever.
Okay. I'm very good at sing stuff.
You're good at other things.
I'm good at garage band. Not garage band.
Garage band.
Garage band. What was that? No, it was like we had, when I was younger, we had it on the Wii. And it was like the guitar, the drums, someone was on the mics.
Band Hero.
Band Hero, that was it.
Yeah, that was
Garage band. That's where I edit the podcast.
That's what we're in right now. How was your holiday?
Yeah, just like work, which was cool. Like the people in the office are awesome. So just working and then like the chill day here and there, hanging out with
Lots
family. A lot of driving, a lot of listening to podcasts, a lot of cricket, watching the cricket over the Christmas period, and eating. Yeah, a lot of pushing anxiety.
Good.
But yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. So it didn't really feel like too much of a break, but yeah, I don't feel as though I needed one. We've got a trip at the end of the year planned, so we're going back to Japan.
Yeah.
So that's going to be my break. So I'm keen for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
My
will just
favourite
work.
Christmas present, you ask, was my mum got you and I a book.
That was
like
the coolest book ever.
It was like a Where's Waldo? Was it?
You were joking.
What?
Where's Wally?
Where's Wally? I thought it was Waldo.
No, Waldo is the black and yellow striped jumper.
Oh, I don't even know what that is. Where's
Waldo.
Wally?
Yeah, Wally. My God.
And it was like a customization
really
of you and I,
Yeah, it was really cool.
which was really cool.
Through all these periods of time of like star-crossed lovers and that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
there's like a Romeo and Juliet version. There's a Dirty Dancing version. It's really funny.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's cool. That was really awesome.
Now, you've written here setting the theme for 25. But before I jump into that, I might just name the actual episode, what you've come up with.
Yeah.
When Georgia does an episode, the title's always a lot longer.
Yeah, apologies in advance, but
that's
also
all right.
sorry, not sorry.
So you have written a confident and mindful year ahead, setting the tone for growth in 2025. Yeah.
I just thought that it might be nice to start off the year in something that is about setting the tone. And I know that that is what a lot of people are doing, you know, setting goals and trying to see, okay, where do I want to be at the end of the year? So we're jumping on that bandwagon, as everyone does at this stage of the year.
Yeah, but as well, like, I don't believe in the whole setting goals just for the new year.
No.
It's kind of just like that motivation only lasts you a good 2 weeks if you're lucky. So you can start goals whenever and put in practices and measures whenever. So if you listen to this podcast in March, it still work.
Yeah.
Like, just because it's a different date doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah. So tell me about the whole, setting the theme. What do you mean by that?
So setting a theme, this is something that I also covered in my latest newsletter episode? Newsletter. Article.
Newsletter article, yeah.
That I published last week. It's published every fortnight, and it was in a similar basis of going back and reflecting on some of the things that happened in the previous year, some of the habits that you want to bring into the new year, and from that coming up with some kind of theme that should set the tone for the year ahead. So if you ever feel kind of off course or off kilter, you can come back to the theme that you set when you were in a really good energy. So that's kind of one thing that I want to say is it doesn't matter what time of year that you do this, just like as what you said, if you come to this in March, stumble across this episode, or even, you know, in September this year, you can still set a theme for the rest of the period of time that you want to set it for. Just make sure you have a great energy about you as you do that. So the one for this year that I thought that might be nice, the 3 E's, which my students at drama, I call about the 3 E's of acting, but it's the 3 E's of 2025 for us, for New Mindset.
Nice.
They are empower, evolve, and embrace. So all of the things that I feel as though that we're going to be moving forward with this year for New Mindset in terms of these podcast episodes, our social media platforms, as well as the different projects that we have going on the go, are all encompassing of these 3 things.
Nice. Well, tell me about empower, because I'm only reading this for the first time as well.
Yeah, so empower, all about building that confidence in the skin that you are in. So a lot of the things that I was looking at when I was creating my own personal vision for the year is a lot of those quotes that are, you know, you have one life, and it's just about acknowledging who you are personally and uniquely as yourself and feeling confident in that skin that you are in, because you only have one life. So you don't want to spend your whole entire life doubting that person that you are. So just fully empowering yourself to be confident in that skin.
Yeah, and kind of off topic, but you should search up the odds of actually being born. It's really crazy.
Yeah, you shared that with me.
Yeah, that was really crazy. So if you're ever feeling down,
The
just
odds
have a
of
look at
being
that.
born. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
We'll
tell
have to
me
link
about-
that in our
We'll have to link
credits or
it. I'm going to have to learn how to link.
I'll help you.
Evolve.
Evolve is about growing in both some ways on how to. Oh God, sorry.
What is this? First episode back.
This is me reading out what I wrote.
You're not evolving.
Sorry.
You got to evolve.
I know, I got to evolve in my language a bit better. Evolving is all about growing both some insights on how to evolve and grow, but also...
Just give it off the record. What's your off the cuff version of
I
evolve?
was just trying to gather what that was, but evolving us as people, knowing how to evolve, providing some insights on how to evolve as people, which is what we're doing in our socials, always sharing about ways to be a little bit more conscious, or reframing some things that we perceive as negative, so evolving your perception. But also us as a business, for New Mindset, we have a lot of evolutions that are in store that we cannot wait to share, that we won't share yet. Or will we? Who knows? We might see later in this episode.
Maybe. Embrace.
Yeah, and then embracing, similar to the empowerment piece, but accepting and acknowledging yourself for all that you are, quirks and everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
So the 3 E's.
I think, this episode is probably you and I, like both of our strengths. So you're very good at coming up with the ideas, and I am decent at measuring those and coming up with like standards and practices essentially on how to measure them throughout the year.
Yes.
So
that's our yin and yang.
Yeah. What were so on that topic, what were some practical steps that you researched and, because I know that you've got a few as well that you're working on. So what are a few that you can suggest?
Yeah, I mean, I personally am using 4 different planner/notebooks this year currently, which we know that I'm very... I like to test out what works and what doesn't, so I'll come
I don't recommend that.
No, I don't recommend this either, but I'm just saying I'll come to you in a few episodes' time saying what's stuck. So on that note, practical tips. Don't listen to Georgia doing 4 different planners. Listen to these other insights that we've gathered from some professionals as well.
Yes.
Look towards setting some goals. I know that we say that can be a little bit blasé of, I'm going to set this goal, but when you have the right intention behind it and looking more kind of towards your why you want to achieve it and making sure that is something that's very values-based as opposed to outcomes-based. Or something that's a bit surface level. So do look towards making some goals. I have, again, I kind of referenced it, but my newsletter that I released last week, as well as the one that's coming up this week, have some really great tips on how to set goals in 3 easy steps. So have a little look out for that one. If you are a fabulous person that is part of a family, which is all of us, it's something that you might want to embrace in your family space. Oh, even if you're, share housing with someone, that's a little family. But what you can do to embrace everyone's wins and remain connected to each other is create a little win jar. And this is actually something that I want us to do. That every single week, at the end of the week, someone puts a win on a sticky note or a piece of paper, puts it in the jar. And then at the end of the year, you can go back and look at all the wins that you've had. So it just, to me, that's a reminder I'm someone that's a little bit more based in that optimism, positivity, but not toxic positivity. But it's important for us to acknowledge and celebrate the wins, because you can't evolve and become a better version of yourself if you keep on doubting yourself or talking smack to yourself.
Yeah, your mind doesn't know the difference.
No. So if you keep spilling such a negative narrative, then your brain is just going to think, oh, well, yeah, I can't achieve anything because I'm not good enough. But yes, acknowledging and celebrating all those wins will help in that empower piece as well. Some of the things for the young adults maybe out there, or even those older teens, try journaling. You can set a really simple, clear goal for each month of, I want to journal this many times a week, or even just start journaling once a week. Just being able to complete some of your... put down some of your thoughts and reflect them back to yourself is just a really important practice to have.
Well, you found
which
that.
you know.
Well, you found that recent, where you sort of bottle things up in your head to-do list-wise, and then you become overwhelmed, of course, like anyone would.
Yeah.
So I think you found like this new app that you've been using.
Oh my God, yes. Massive shout out to Emily from work who put me onto it, but it's called Structured. And it has a paid version of it, but there's an app that she showed me which allows you to put in times and plan out your day. And for the past few days, I've done it the night before, and I just feel like I've got so much more time on my hands, or my day feels a lot more in flow.
Is it like a time blocking
Yeah,
sort of?
it's like time blocking, but sometimes if you have a gap of time, it'll say, have you got 25 minutes for a quick cup of coffee? Or a quiet cup of coffee. Or there might be 4 hours to kick your goals, if you've got 4-hour gap between when you get home from work and when you go to sleep. So it just prompts you proactively to kind of consider the time that you have, because I'm someone who thinks I've got no time at all to do anything ever.
Yeah.
So this allows me to do it. Yeah, 100% it's false.
Yeah.
But this, puts it into a new perspective where I feel like I can actually take charge of my day rather than feel overwhelmed by my day.
Yes. Yeah, no, definitely. It looks as though it's a good app.
Yeah, no, I really like it. Structured. Check it out. And then the last little practical thing that I thought would be really, really helpful and something that I want to do each month this year is write a future letter for yourself. So you can either write it in the present tense and talk about the year that you've just had, or you can write it now reflecting on the year that you just had in 2024 and where you're going to bring to 2025, so you can read that at the end of the year as well.
Yeah, I like it.
I think those types of things where you get to write things down in the present tense of what you've achieved, or this is the kind of intention I'm bringing forward, can be really powerful, especially when you handwrite. All of these things I highly recommend handwriting, because there's just something different about handwriting in as opposed to typing things out.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like that. And all those were, getting this information out of your mind.
Yeah, out of your mind and into your bodies and just kind of...
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that app is definitely worth checking out. Structured. And if the app isn't really your thing, well, you can always time block in your calendar as well. I do that.
You do that. Yeah.
And that's very flexible as well. Like, you can just change it on the go. I prefer that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all like you've got your 4 things, and hopefully you can narrow them down to one eventually.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. I said to you, I wanted to stick to this for 90 days for the first 3 months, because I have a problem sticking to things like that in terms of a planner.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what comes on.
Well, it's tough when you finish, even on holiday, I think you found it when you're out of structure when you're on holiday with no work. So it's like, okay, now my breaks aren't structured for me, my days aren't structured. And then we find that when you leave uni or leave school, things like that. I know a lot of sports players have that issue when they finish their career, because they've been in this space for 20, 25 years. And all of a sudden there's no one telling them, hey, you got to do this exercise today, you got to eat this meal tonight. So it is a tough thing, and I don't think we're ever going to be as consistent as we like, but don't beat yourself up over it, because everyone's going through the same thing. I think, yeah. And be willing to change, I think, as well, your approach. Like you said, you're just going to try this for 90 days, and if it takes the whole year, or it takes the whole year. Yeah. And then next year you might even change it. So as long as, it all just comes back to, being fulfilled. And you've written here, managing the new year anxieties. What are those? What are those?
Yeah, I just felt as though in this kind of stage of mind of planning a new year, looking ahead to the whole entire 12 months, that can seem really overwhelming to some people.
Yeah.
And it really was for me for the first few days of the year, because I didn't really know what the goals were that I had, or the things that I wanted to achieve. I just knew I wanted all of this, and I didn't really know what this was. It was just a vague picture in my head. So I just wanted to kind of highlight, you don't have to have it all figured out. And I recently...
You would never have it all figured out.
No.
There's no option.
Yeah. And I recently saw a video from the fabulous Gary Vee that he says, as someone in, I believe he's 60, late 50s. I don't know what his age is.
You may want to look at it, because I'm pretty sure he's in his 50s.
50s?
If not 40s.
Oh, God. No, he's not in his 40s, Gary Vee.
He looks quite young. Because I listen to a lot of him
49.
Yeah.
Holy
He's
smokes.
quite young.
Sorry, Gary. Thinking you're 60.
60s.
I said that because he's wise and he has so much knowledge.
wise.
I just thought that he was old.
Yes, okay.
But anyway, there was a video that he put and it was out on Instagram and it was kind of saying that he didn't start creating content and being in this industry that he is so famous for until he was 34 years old.
Yep.
Is when he created his first piece of content. And he knows that there are people in their 40s that still don't have their whole entire life figured out. And what I mean by that is that it may take breaking things down from month to month or week to week, if that's what it takes for you to chunk down your life to feel as though that you're on top of things or you can have one step ahead figured out. Yeah. You don't have to have the whole entire picture figured out.
Yeah.
So when you're creating those 12 months goals and that's too overwhelming, just be, okay, what is one thing that I want to do this month so that, by the 31st of Jan, I can say I did that consistently or I moved this one step.
Yeah, I think if you're looking to get into the practice of, time management and blocking and to-do lists and goals and things like that, start really small because momentum is a very powerful thing. So start small with, if every day you do the dishes and clean the bedroom, whatever, just put them on a to-do list and it's ticking it off still. Like you've ticked things off. Don't not acknowledge the things that you're currently doing because they're important. And like something for me is I really prioritize for a good 2 years there waking up on time and I've finally got it. I finally got it. And in doing that, I've probably, lacked exercise or lacked such and such because of my priority changed to this. So it's always up and down, up and down. It's always fluctuating. Now I'm going to focus on exercise a bit more in my sleep, may struggle a little bit, but it's all just trying to find that peace where it all somewhat blends together. Yeah. Yeah. And Gary Vee's very interesting. I listen to him for our social media practices and he's awesome. He worked for his family business up until like late 30s, I believe. Just for his family's wine business, I think it was. And then he finally started to use social media. He was one of the first people that used social media in the internet. And from there, he just went crazy. Yeah. So, there's a little bit of rush in life. You always want a little bit of a rush because you can't just say, I'll do it tomorrow. But, the rush shouldn't cause anxiety and depression and overwhelm. It should just be enough of like a momentum of let's go.
Kick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do this now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
But there's no excuse for beating yourself up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else to add to that at all? Managing the new year anxieties?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I'm happy with that.
Nice. I like it too. Because there's definitely, you bring in this, well, I don't know if it's false expectation, but you bring in this expectation that 2025, I'm going to be fit, I'm going to be healthy, I'm going to be the best dad, I'm going to be this mum, and all of a sudden you've found yourself January 10th or wherever we're at right now, January 12th today, I think it is. And it's like, I'm still doing all those bad habits. Yeah. It's like, well, a habit is ingrained in you.
It's so difficult to break.
So I think it's 60 days where a habit can start to somewhat bend a little bit the other side. So it's a massive commitment to be able to change something. So it doesn't change overnight. But with the right intention, eventually it will change.
Yeah.
Yeah. Intention and commitment, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I saw that you've written here, I didn't know this, but you've got some podcast goals.
Yeah.
What have we got?
Are you happy to share it?
Yeah. I don't know what we're saying, but okay. Let's hear it.
Well, we have a goal.
We have nothing to hide.
We have a really big goal.
Yep.
Really big. It's been one on our list. We really want to bring a visual to the podcast.
Yes.
And we see that happening this year.
Yes, very soon.
We are very excited to be able to release some of those videos on YouTube as more than just our smiling posed faces with our information in the middle.
Yep.
That will be really exciting.
Yeah, that's going to happen very soon. So that's going to happen in the coming months, I think we've said, where we've got to purchase some new equipment and find a nice space for it. That'll happen. So
then you'll be able to chat with us while you're cooking dinner or something.
Yeah.
And see our faces.
See George's big smile and big eyes and my tired eyes. Do my eyes look tired today?
No, they don't. They look good.
Oh, they do look good. Okay. Yeah. Very nice.
What
else have we got coming?
Another thing that we want to bring is a new idea for a mini series as well on a variety of different topics. More to come soon, but having mini series meaning shorter podcast episodes.
Yeah, we can dive into that a little bit.
Yeah.
That was your idea, I think it was. So, obviously at the moment,
uncle.
yeah, inspired by your uncle, Uncle Chris. Yes, shout out Uncle Chris.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. No, it was a good idea though. We essentially, so right now we record our podcast, I believe, on a Wednesday and should be releasing on Fridays. We're going to get back into that, I promise. And then with that, we will record on the Wednesday as well a 10-minute snippet of one of our most interacted with posts on social media and basically break that down into a quick 5-10 minute episode. Yeah. So I think
just
that's
providing more information than, our 6 snippets.
Yeah, as anyone would know, it's very difficult to get any valuable information out on a quick, social media post. Yeah. And I understand,
in
it's
12
just
words.
Yeah, it's very difficult, and it's more so just to give you that little spark of that is an issue for me, or I'm interested in learning this. So then you go and follow it up, and now we're going to have a little snippet of here's some more information on that because obviously people were interested in that. So. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that.
Maybe just on that note, if there is something that you want to see us unpack in a bit more detail in a mini series, pop a little comment on one of our Instagram posts that you want to hear more of.
Yeah.
And then the last is potentially bringing some solo episodes. So one of us can jump into the podcast room and double down on a particular topic that is close to our hearts.
Yeah, I've never done a solo. Well, I never thought I'd be doing a podcast, to be honest. When we first came up with the idea to do a podcast, I think it was Georgia was going to do the podcast.
Yeah,
and
that was
then
it.
I was like, okay, I'll give it a go.
And now you are the host.
And now I'm hosting it. So, yeah, it'll be weird because I know, people like Andrew Huberman do these 3-hour monster solo episodes, and that's just nuts. So I'm sure we can do a good 10, 20-minute solo episode.
Yeah, nothing like 3 hours.
We could do that.
But yeah.
Just small talk yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
That was a good little nice wrap over into what we've done and what we're going to be doing, and a few ideas on what you can do if you're like me and haven't yet set your goals for 25.
Yeah.
I haven't done mine yet.
We'll do it tonight.
That's okay. That's going to be all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of pressure to say I'm going to do all of this in 2025 and I'm going to be like this because some people look at, success exercise-wise as having, abs or biceps or arms, but we don't really know how, if you don't have it, like how can we know how long it takes?
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm going to have this by December. And it's like, well, it might take 3 years. So I think, make sure that they're, as Winnie does a little zoomy around the place, make sure that they're, how can you say it? Like the standard is
something, it's achievable.
Manageable.
It's a SMART goal.
Yeah.
It's making sure that it's something that's achievable and measurable to you. As you were saying that, I had an idea.
Yes.
Can I just share it?
Yeah.
If you have a big goal that is something about fitness, because that is something for me that I have this year that I want to do. If you have a big long-term goal of something that you want to achieve, try and break it down into smaller steps, either into 4 smaller steps so you can achieve one each quarter.
Yep.
Or break it down into 12 small steps so you can do once a month. So, for example, if you don't go out for exercise walks or something like that, maybe it's, okay, I do, a lap around, or I walk for a kilometre every single day for the month of January, or every second day for the month of Jan. And then you break it down. Okay, I'm going to do a small jog, or I'm going to do a little walk and lift some weights, just incrementally making it something that's a bit more achievable for you.
Yeah.
So for me, the big thing for me is just consistency in my little mini workouts that I've been doing. And that's my goal for this first quarter, is to get a consistent little routine. And then I'll worry about the weights and the PBs and all that thing that fitness people do later on.
It's just
but for me, it's changing the habit to start with.
Yeah, changing the habit, changing the behaviour to, the time slot that you've picked and you're going to exercise. There was, you and I used to watch this guy, Matt Diavella, ages ago. I introduced you to him early on in uni.
Actually.
Georgia gets very upset. No, Georgia introduced me.
Thank you
and now it's,
for publicly acknowledging that. Yep. Oh my God, you don't know how long I've been waiting for that.
But he basically said with habits and things like that, you're going to miss days, of course, throughout the whole year. Georgia, do not flip me off. You're going to miss days throughout the year, but don't miss 2 in a row.
I love the 2-day rule.
Yeah. You're, I wouldn't say allowed to miss one, but it's, if
If
you
it
miss one,
happens.
whatever. If you're sick, if you're busy, whatever. But don't miss 2. That's the thing.
Yeah. I've already pre-planned that for one day coming up in when both jobs come back into full swing. There's a day that I start at 8 a.m. and I finish at 9 p.m. Like there is no way for me to achievably do a workout on that day. And I'm accepting that. I'm not going to push myself to try and do a workout every single day and include one on that day.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, that's fine. Because then, whatever. That's good. It's just, that's where the negotiation and the positive self-talk come into it.
Yeah.
But, and as well, don't let yourself off the hook, though.
No.
So don't, use that as an excuse. There's a nice fine line there.
Yeah.
But I think we've wrapped that up nice. We got a listener question from last year. We just never answered it.
Oh, stop it.
Unfortunately, we couldn't answer it because we were off for a little bit. But favourite current TV show?
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not really watching any TV shows at the moment.
Well, you've just finished your Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, but that was like ages ago.
Yeah. I think I'm about to get back into Suits again. I think I'm about to do a rerun of Suits.
Oh, good
Because I know that there's a Suits LA coming soon.
Oh, that'll be
So I'm
cool.
excited to get back into that. But my constant TV show that's always there in the background is always The Office US. So that's always there. So that's my favourite. What do you think you're gonna jump into?
I honestly don't know. I'm up for some recommendations.
The Simpsons.
No thanks.
No.
I don't really know. I feel like I want to watch a little bit more live theatre than the TV shows this year.
Yeah, cool.
So that might be what I'm doing.
Nice. I want to watch a Mel Gibson movie tonight because I just finished one with he and Joe Rogan, and Mel Gibson's very interesting. You should listen to it.
We'll watch one of his movies.
Yeah, I only just watched a Gladiator recently. That was very good.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it? We could watch that. Cool. Have you come in with a G's joke
I
this
do.
year?
I have a G's joke. It is Christmas themed. I apologise.
12 days. No, how many days are we late? 18 since Christmas.
Jeez.
Damn, that's a lot.
18.
Yeah, 12th Christmas is on the 25th.
I'm not mathing that.
Yeah, it is 18.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Why does Spider-Man have a secret talent for Christmas baking?
Why?
Because of his great mince piety senses.
Georgia.
That's so good. I love it. I can't take any credit for it, though. I stole it from somewhere.
You stole it. We might have to can G's joke.
Stop!
We might have to
I
can
like
it.
them.
We're going to have to can it, I think.
Okay.
Unless we get some positive responses, it's can next week.
Everyone, please positively respond.
Please positively respond.
I want to see if I can get better.
It's not you, it's just the joke. Maybe it's
Which
a delivery.
is me, because
Maybe it's a
G's
delivery.
joke.
Yeah.
So it is me. I'm taking that personally.
Okay.
Okay, everyone, please support me out there.
No, well, that is all done. Now we're going to record our next episode. We're trying to get ahead a little bit, so that's what we're going to do. As you look at me weird, we might do a 10-minute one. We might do our first 10-minute episode.
Oh, very good.
Maybe a solo one. Georgia can do a solo episode that she doesn't even know about yet.
Okay.
No,
Cool.
but thank you so much for listening. Respond positively to G's joke, otherwise it's canned. But we will see you all next week.
Harsh.
See you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.